Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I hope you got everything you need, but if you don't, I'm gonna give you some time to do so. This is in the end, there's always a Disney guide. You should already know what you need to have. Like, it ain't nothing new, nothing has changed. Like, come on. Like, if you don't know, you need to just figure it out at this point, because it's like, it's ridiculous. How many times do we gotta do this every freaking day? Like, come on, let's try to make it make sense. I'm into it. I'm into it. Uh oh. 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 Okay, so today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, math, but not just any type of like ordinary, regular, like this is an important subject that I think everybody wants to know, which is how do billionaires manage their money? Like, do you ever wonder that? Or is it just me? Like, how? I just really want to know. So we're about to find out. And I kind of knew this before, but I didn't really know, but I knew this. But if that makes sense, like I knew, but I didn't really know, but I knew. So billionaires obviously have like a huge profile when it comes to estate, stocks, mutual funds, liquid assets. I know these are big words that I'm using. And some of you should know these math terms. If you don't, we're going to get into it. Liquid assets are basically money that's managed in like money markets and stuff like that. And the it's basically being converted into actual cash that's just being tracked. So basically things like funds and stuff like that that's just managed within it's sort of like being managed like a checking account would get managed. It's sort of like that, if that makes sense. That's kind of what liquid assets are. It's sort of just like a checking account, but the money is managed and it can be easily converted into actual cash. Um Now mutual funds, mutual funds is really just a portfolio of just different strategies when it comes up to like how to invest in when it comes to stocks and stuff like that, and that's basically what mutual funds heads that's what that heads to. But billionaires, like I said, usually keep their money within their estate, their stocks, mutual funds, retirement accounts like IRAs and stuff like that. Um, and so when they use these accounts, they obviously, because billionaires obviously wouldn't keep their money in one specific place. That's like the worst thing to do. They split their money up within different, like different financial. What's the term I want to use? They just split their money up into different financial portfolios when it comes to stuff like stocks. Most billionaires tie their money to their percentage of their what is it called? Um, uh, it has to do with like if you have a company and you're like tied to the company, and basically your money is basically tied to that company. Like for example, Rihanna's money is tied to her business, Savage X Fenty. So because Rihanna owns like a huge stake of her own beauty line, Fenty Beauty, is because obviously it's her own line and her money is tied up from basically what's being made from her company, and it's being put into her net worth, which is calculated amongst her earnings from the company, which I believe she has like a 50% stake in the company since it is her own. And so since the money that's being made is tied up with her, it's basically her wealth is being, the funds made from Finney is being basically given, well, not given to her, but through the company. And so because she owns the company, you know, it comes from the company, if that makes sense. So most billionaires usually put their money in estate, like I said, or stocks. Um, Stocks actually play a huge role. Now that I think about it, stocks play a very huge role when it comes to um stocks. But the thing about it is with stocks, it's a risk because you don't know. Basically, whatever you invest your money in, um, if the stock goes down, the money you make goes down. That makes sense. If the stock goes up, your money goes up. So because you're aligned based off that stock, it's definitely a potential risk when it comes to how you make your money wise. That's one of the hugest things about stocks. Like you never know with stocks, which like even we could like you don't have to be a billionaire to invest in stocks, but when you invest, whatever you invest in, where the stock goes is where your money goes. If you get money, if the stock goes up, your money goes up. Which is why it's good to invest in like Cash App has stocks. Like I never even knew that because I never played around with Cash App like that to know that. I only played with Cash App as far as for like just sending money, obviously. But I never knew that Cash App had stocks. Like I never knew that until I like was on the app for real, and I figured that out. But yeah, billionaires use many tools that help them manage their money because obviously they have to separate it within different, either it's within their company or like for example, Elon Musk, his money directly is within his company. So if his company stock goes up, his money, his worth, and his money that he owns goes up as well. If his stock goes down, his because his money is tied up with his company, if that makes sense. So yeah, billionaires, it's a whole other different lane and alleyway, but hopefully you get now how billionaires manage their money. And for banks, when it comes to banking, there are many private and golden accounts for those who of higher wealth. There are many private banking. Obviously, Chase is the top when it comes to private banking. JP Morgan. Um, and so there are many private ways you can manage your money with Chase. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys know and understand how when it comes to managing money as a billionaire. Thank you guys for listening in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You guys already know what to do. It ain't nothing new, nothing has changed. But yeah, you guys, thank you. And hope you learned something. And yeah, bye bye, guys.